Hello guys, what's happening? We're back in the AstroDome for what is now game week 9. It seems like it's flown by so far this season. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. And so far this season, it has been fun for the majority of the games. The last 3 games have definitely got a lot more difficult. Obviously we had our first loss of the season 3 games ago. 2 weeks before we played Snuzemia, who are playing right now. And we got a narrow win against them, but that was kind of a top of the table clash, so we knew that was going to be close. And then we played Delphin Safety, who were bottom of the table last week, and they're by no means a bad team. None of the teams in this league are bad at all, and it was a very tight game. We didn't have a lot of our main attacking players, a lot of goals missing from the squad last week, and the fact that we managed to turn it around from a very, very poor first half and come back and win that 2-1 was very, very promising and very, very good to see from the boys. So yeah, we've had a difficult few weeks, but we've managed to come through it with 2 wins out of 3, and that's not too bad. We've now got more of our players back tonight. Grant Kirby's back tonight, Alex Lockwood's back tonight, so that's obviously going to make a big change. No Matt Creasy, he's going to be missing for the next 3 games, because selfishly he got married to a woman, and is now going on a honeymoon with her, so I mean there's commitment and then there's just being under the thumb really, but I guess we've got to let it off because it's done now. He's in Kenya, and it's not going to be easy for him to get back for a game from there. So we're back to more of a full squad than we have had in previous weeks. Yeah, playing BFSB, who we do have a bit of a rivalry with, but the last time we played them it wasn't actually too bad, so we know that they're a good team. It depends always, as with any team, but especially with BSFB, who turns up for them, if they turn up, and it's going to be a competitive game. And as it stands, we are still top of the table from before the fixtures, but if Snuzemia win this game comfortably, which they are doing at the moment, I think it's 2-0, don't think they will quite do it for them. But if they get themselves a couple more goals in this one, then they will go back top of the table tonight. So as always, there's no room for any mistakes in this league. Nothing but a win will do for us tonight. Oh, good save. Could have done with that going in. So Ant Sleet has officially been discharged from physiotherapy from the hospital. He wants me to test him. Seen better. Alright, I will do it again. The last one, if it's not at least an 8.5 out of 10, you're sacked. That's not an 8.5.
Should have been fast.
Well, it's our cameraman.
Literally has lost it. Oh my god, it's the big debut. It's the debut.
Oh god.
The debut of chops.
I thought you were Chris Hobster, but it turns out you're Deli Ali.
Well, I am. I am. According to my gloves.
Yo, you bought gloves. Decent. So yeah, tonight our cameraman's going in goal, which will be interesting.
Look at this.
Because he's never played football before. He normally just stands behind a camera.
Look at this.
Jobs.
Cahobs.
He's got his own gloves.
Cahobs. Playing goal on Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, don't tell the world that. Oh.
Keeper.
We were gonna name this video like never played in keeper before and has an absolute worldie or whatever.
Are you going to just have to do...
And true fans that actually watch it will hear the name Chops and be like, oh no, is that the Chops Meister General?
Are you going to have to use clickbait of injured guy does good touch?
That's not even good! You're the worst injured guy ever.
New header for the video, injured guy does an amazing thing.
I'm not gonna lie, my leg was in the way for whatever you just did.
Oh, it's a great touch.
So... don't want to alarm anyone, but there's a leak in the dome.
I think it was Chops.
I don't know who we alert about that, but the water's getting in, and Ant's not a strong swimmer. So this is Steve Locke's excuse for his match fee, which is obviously £5 a week. We all play here at the AstroDome. Steve's turned up. I mean, I came up here with £5 coins.
Yeah, he is. He's 20p
turns
short.
Up with silvers.
He's 20p short. I don't believe it.
Besmirch my name.
Are you trying to shorthand us, Steve?
Don't want you 20. I do actually.
Get it back. We need that to pay people.
Cheers.
So when you turn up for Mongols, this is how we like you to dress. That's Steve there. This is Chris Hobster doing a perfect example of how to wear MHFC merch. Ant Sleet as well, obviously, donning the badge there. You can see on me there, I don't know how well that's going to come out. That's me wearing it.
I see him play like
This is Tommy Green.
one of them.
Now, admittedly, he doesn't own an MHFC jacket. Not that we haven't offered you one.
That's the next best thing.
That they don't even exist anymore in that sense. And yeah, but the red and the pink and the
hybrid
and the ginger. So, like I said, Grant Kirby, our top goal scorer this season, he's back today, which would be nice. We missed him the last couple of weeks. He has said to me though that he's actually given up on scoring goals. Apparently, scoring goals aren't for him anymore. So, what is it, Grant, that's made you give up on goal scoring then for the rest of the season?
Holidays.
Because unfortunately, this is a two-man job. I'll help you with the first bit, Steve. You don't.
I wonder why are you filming? Are you filming this?
I am.
You are.
Because people need to know.
Why can't you put your boots on after you?
Because before the start of the game, I get too busy doing all this like vlogging stuff, and I forget to put my boots on, and then the game starts, and I haven't got my boots on.
Point your toes.
Whereas this way, this way I don't have to worry about my boots, and I can get you to do this. I am.
You're not.
Steve, I promise you, I'm pointing my toes.
It's definitely not pointing. There you go.
Thanks, Steve. So, in all seriousness then, just as all the squad's got here, and we're just about, well, just waiting for this game to finish, be about 5 minutes probably before we kick off. We are missing Matt Creasy tonight and for the next 2 weeks after this, as I did previously mention on his honeymoon, which obviously, as much as we do like to mug him off a little bit, he is actually our only out and out like central defender. Obviously we've got Steve, great right back, always doing right back things, but he's not quite a centre defender like Creasy. So we are missing that main person at the back for us tonight. So it's going to be a bit difficult. We're going to have to be putting shifts in. Lockwood's going to have to drop back there. I'm going to have to do a bit of a shift there. Steve's going to have to play more central than he normally would. So that's where the weakness in our team is tonight. Obviously, like I said, we've got the attacking threat back with Grant Kirby and Alex Lockwood, which would be nice. So it may be a case of having to score more goals than the other team in a high-scoring game. When obviously we do like to try and concede as few as possible, which all sound like very obvious things, but in five-a-side football, it's just as good to win a game 11-7 as it would be to win it 4-1. So. Yeah, that's what we're looking to do tonight. It's going to be requiring another big shift from the boys out there tonight, and because of the Slovenia result earlier, we can't afford to lose this one. We can't afford to lose any for the rest of the season. It's got to be 100% from here on. So big things needed from the boys tonight. Let's have a look at the squad. We've got Chobbs playing in goal instead of Grez. Chobbs making his return to the side, but not out on pitch. We've got Steve, Lockie, Kirkby, Greeno, and somebody finally takes a picture of me. Look at me, beautiful. So we get things underway now in this one. I say this is a big grudge match that goes back a few years. We played these boys at Future Soccer, don't forget, in season 2 and 3. As we see Lockie coming forward with the ball, he plays it out wide. We've got an early chance here, but the touch just gets away from Kirkby, and it is across the box. Nobody at the back stick there. You see us sitting on the ball quite a bit at the minute, taking our time and looking for the pass, looking for the target men up front. We've got the little ball round the corner, and it's just not quite clicking at the minute. Our first chance now to see BFSB on the ball, and this man doing well to keep onto it. He's looking to get around Grant. Grant sticking with the well. He does get the shot away. It's a good shot, and the first major bit of work Chobbs had to do in this game, and it's a good save with his legs. We see the same man looking to go the long way around, and he's got the pace, and we've got to watch out for this guy. He's obviously a danger man this time. He can't quite hit the target. Now look, Tom Green up front, great strength from him to win the ball back from his player. Battling away, that's what we like to see. Green, a great effort from him, but he does lose the ball eventually, and BFSB can come forwards with it. It's a great strike, and oh my god, Chris Hobster with the save again off the post. He knew very little about it. He thinks that's going to the back of the net. Off it comes and doink! Off the top of his bonds it goes and out. We've got away with one there. We can't be letting these boys shoot. As I said, these are a talented bunch of kids. It's just a case of whether they can get their best side out regularly, in which case they could have a real run at this league. You see they're starting to dominate the possession now. It's not really happening for the boys. The boys getting a bit frustrated with each other, and they're looking to knock it around. It's a good clearance by Stephen. Lockwood on the ball, looks to get it away to Greeno, and he takes a bit of a pop shot on when maybe there were better options, and we're not going to be scoring goals like that. You see first chance for Kirkby to come forward, and he has a shot from distance. It's not a bad shot, always going to be difficult to score from them, but you've got to test the keeper really early on in that one, so that's just a sighter for Grant. As we see him, he's gone for the pass this time, and Lockwood, not really sure what's happened there. He looked like he was clean through. He looked like he went to go and hit it with his left foot and then pulled out, and in the end the toe poke is saved by the BFSB goalkeeper. But there's been chances at both ends. We see BFSB coming forwards, and they've managed to put it in the net. I feel bad. I mean, Chris Hobbs now, he is officially a goalkeeper. He plays in goal on Saturday, so I feel like I can criticise him like a goalkeeper and maybe going down a little bit early on that one. But the player's done all he can to get it on target into weak foot, and we find ourselves 1-0 down as Lockwood has a shot on his weak foot, and the keeper this time saves it and tips it over the bar. The corner coming into the back post then, and Lockwood just off balance tries to direct it, but he can't quite keep it down. Lockwood in the defensive position this time gives it to Greeno, who's got a player with him. Will he use it? No, he goes for the shot at the near post, and the keeper not really going to be beaten from that angle. I see a long throw from Grant Kirkby, and Lockwood again at the target, and that's a couple of times now we've seen him getting a shot on, but just not quite able to hit the target, and that brings what is really quite a poor first half to the end. Let's get straight into the second half then, and remember we were 1-0 down against Delph and Safety last week, and we did manage to come back and still win that game, so there's plenty of time for us to come back and get a result in this one. As we see Grant Kirkby looking to be on the front foot, but the defence is good, and he forced back into a pass to Chris Hobster, who's coming forward, and oh my god, he's turned into Grez. Chris Hobster is officially Grez, having a shot there from inside his own half, and unsurprisingly doesn't trouble the goalkeeper. It's missing me with a very, very rare opportunity, a header in a five-side game, and I can't find the target either. See Chris Hobster with the ball into me, managed to get into Lockwood, he gets a shot, and that one is just blocked wide off the post. We're getting our shots away, but unfortunately we are just not testing the goalkeeper enough as we're trying to play the ball around now. Lockwood gets the ball, he manages to turn his man, and potentially he could have passed the back post there, turning down the easier pass, and he has a shot, and that is blocked again. As we see BFSB, as we're pushing forward trying to find this equaliser, they're always going to be dangerous on the break. As we see them with the ball at the back now, and Grant Kirkby's come forward with it, and he's not got the ball. This man is just coming forward with it. He's given the freedom to roam, and he's had a bit of a pop shot there, and that is just floated into the top left-hand corner. Chris Hobster unsighted there, as we see from the back angle. Nobody closing him down. I say that's really my fault, that one. I should have been a lot tighter to him, and Chris Hobster's not going to be able to see past me. You can see how much it means to the opposition goalkeeper there. He knows that is a massive goal, 2-0, but we're looking to bounce back straight away, and Alex Lockwood on target this time, but can't get it past the goalkeeper. You see trying to pinch in ahead, but this time they've got there, and it's a 2-on-1 situation. It must be a goal. They passed it across, and for some reason he's not shot first time, and we've managed to get men back now. I get the first block in, and the second shot comes in, blocked again with my knees, and that really should have been 3-0 there. I've no idea why the opposition striker was taking so much time, but we had an open net to aim for, and that could have been the game sewed up for us. We see the ball comes into me now, play it out to Steve, and Steve, unfortunately, not really the player you want in that position. Again, we've missed the target, and I say you're not going to score goals if you're not hitting the target. And Chris Hobbs there showing just how important it can be to hit the target. I think that was a pass. It was a pass into Alex Lockwood. He gets a little touch in it. The keeper can't hold on to it, and Alex Lockwood first the rebound, 2-1. And with a couple of minutes left in this game, we've still got a chance, but obviously we've got to push still, and they're still dangerous on the break. And Chris Hobbs coming up with a big important save. As we see the ball in the far corner now, and this is the kind of thing that shows just how important these points would be to BFSB, just keeping the ball in the corner, and we're struggling to deal with it at the minute. They're getting corner after corner and just doing the same thing and trying to wind down the clock. As we do eventually manage to get the ball, and it's out for a throw-in, and they nearly managed to find their way in there. As you see, we have got the ball, and we can't afford to give it away, and we have given it away, so we can't afford to do this because we know what's going to happen if they do, and we really should have been punished there. But Chris Hobster, another massive save, and Grant Kirkby coming forwards with the shot, and it's found its way into the back of the net. So close there from being 3-1 down, and now finding our way back to 2. Grant Kirkby with the shot there, and me just with the little dummy over the ball. You can see on the replay here me trying to get in the eye line of the goalkeeper. Grant Kirkby has a shot, and I just let it through my legs. That's a Grant Kirkby goal, and that is 2-2. That's a massive goal, and great fight to show from the boys to come back from, well, not even just a goal down, 2 goals down this week, to come back and get a draw. But we don't want the draw, we want a win, as we see Lockwood going for the shot there, and just showing that Chris Hobster on the ball, looking to break with it, and he panicked a little bit there. I was telling him to drop the ball and run with it, and instead he's just dropped the ball. I'm not really sure what he was thinking there, but it's brought a few laughs from the crowd as we see the ball coming forward there, and somehow I've got the ball and I've managed to come through, and that was the opportunity there. But again, the shot blocked. BFSB done a great job at getting players in front of the ball. And that will be the final opportunity of the game then, as the referee puts the whistle to his lips and calls full time on a 2-all draw. Did very, very well, the boys there, to get back into it, but we just left it a little bit too late as we look at the other results within the league. You can see there, us dropping a point, Kick It With Your Leg and Snoozemia both winning those games then. So in terms of the table, that means now that we are still top, but only by 1 point and only 2 points away from third place Kick It With Your Leg FC.
But no, that was absolutely class, lads. Love that. Get back into that.
Yeah, you can tell about they wanted
down,
it.
we'll take it.
With all like the time wasting and all that crap.
Don't worry.
Like 5 minutes ago.
The thing is, we'd be doing it. We went through to it.
But so that's the thing, it's being clinical again, opportunities missed, and the fact that in these size goals, boys, there's so many shots are going to get blocked, so many shots are going to be relatively out of the keeper. Let's just use that extra pass, bit of composure, do that and just get the simple tap-ins, because we've got players in the positions to do it. These are the hardest size goals to score in.
Yeah, of course they are.
In any format of football at all. And we've got the quality to do it, whether it's into Greeno, somebody off Greeno, Lockie, you can take it around the player, then slide it across.
That's what we didn't do enough of.
Yeah. So then, that is another game week in the bag, and yeah, it was close. It's another point drop. Fortunately, like I've said before in this league, you get 2 points for the win and 1 for the draw. So a draw, you're only dropping 1 point, you're not dropping 2. So it's not as damaging as it could be, and it still keeps us top of the table. So we're still top of the table by 1 point. Doesn't do our goal difference any harm at all either, of course. So everything is still in our hands, and that's all we can ask for, really. I said before the game that I thought it was going to be our defensive gaps that we had tonight that were going to be our downfall, and it was going forwards, really. And you wouldn't expect that with the likes of Tommy Green, Grant Kirkby, Alex Lockwood in the side, but it just wasn't that clinical, and there's a couple of times where players were shooting from too far out when there was another pass on, and then these kind of goals, the best option is just to square it and get the tap-ins, because that's the easiest way you're going to score. And we need to learn to do that. We need to find each other a bit more, just a bit more composure in the final third, and we could have had plenty of goals there. But like we expected, BFSB, they were well up for it. They were more up for it than us, as we did expect. But we always expect that from them, because they always want to beat us. They don't like us. And so what we've got to do is then try and raise our game to that level, and we didn't really do that today. And the annoying thing as well about BFSB is that they're actually a really, really good side. They've got some very, very good players when they all turn up. But far too often we've seen them playing leagues where they're not turning up to games, where they're turning up with 4 players, and they can't get a consistent team out every single week. Otherwise, they could get a really, really good run at this league, but they're down the bottom because they've not had those players over a consistent length of games. But obviously, because we're the target, we're the team that they want to beat, and like Ant said, we're the biggest game of the season for them. They get all their players and they make sure that all their players are available for our games, which we can't moan about, because at the end of the day, they're players that play for the opposition team, and we've got to beat whatever's put out on the pitch against us, so we can't complain with that at all. But the issue is them getting those players out against other teams and having them play at that same competitive level throughout the length of the season, which unfortunately isn't what's happening. But like I said, it's still a point, it's not the end of the world, still top of the table. Next week we need better. New team friends. Ooh.
Me getting in the team.
Oh, stroke titty friends. Ooh. Well, you're not going to get in our team, mate.